Success is a satisfying state of the mind. Failure is when I stop trying. So that's how I define success.
Success is really making the impact that we want to make. And I do that through research and nurturing the young people. And this is a lot of fun because we hope that the research will allow us to find better therapy and diagnostics for the patient, improving healthcare. And I also hope the young people are inspired to work in this area and make a difference.
I think success is about being courageous to speak your truth, even against power, and also to have that humility to be able to learn from others, including your collaborators. Because I feel that the most successful artists are the ones who are constantly learning and who are incredibly generous in sharing their expertise.
The pivotal moment of my career was in 2003 when I decided to come back to Singapore. I was a professor at MIT before that, and I really want to work in biomedical sciences. And this opportunity to come back to Singapore and set up Institute in the Biopolis has really allowed me to realize that dream and vision.
A very pivotal moment for me was when I was running a workshops for migrant domestic workers, and the writing prompt that I gave to them was, think of a question that you really wish someone would ask you here in Singapore. And so many of them, the question that they raised was, how are you? There was something incredibly heartbreaking about that because it revealed the extent to which we disconnect and we even dehumanize the people who live in our homes. It just showed me that there's just miles to go in terms of equality in Singapore, and it all starts with showing someone else kindness.
To me, Project Dignity is the pivotal moment where I can actually see many of people who are differently able, making a living, having employment, and honestly having a livelihood. And most of all, got their dignity and self-respect.
There are many challenges in healthcare. For example, cancer, genetic diseases, infectious diseases. The key is to how to create new diagnostics for early detection of diseases and then use better and most advanced technologies, including biologics, to have better treatment for the patients. And so these are areas that we are very excited to be working on.
Project Dignity is a social enterprise whose mission is to create jobs for people who are differently able. So the challenge was to find jobs, employment opportunity, and then after that creating livelihood for them and maybe making a living for themselves. And that is a real challenge.
I think art has tremendous power in how it's able to hold a mirror up to society and challenge our assumptions. But I feel that it can only perform this function as long as it does not just reinscribe the existing power dynamics that exist in society. All to say that I do think that one of the biggest challenges in the art scene today is that more diverse voices need to be platformed. It can't just be the same people of privilege, and I would count myself as one of them, as a woman of great privilege, but I would love to hear more from people of all walks of life, including migrant domestic workers, migrant construction workers, people with disabilities, people who are incarcerated, and I really commend and urge you to support charities such as Singlet Station and The Necessary Stage, as well as Wild Rice, who are doing amazing work in this area to elevate these diverse voices.
We're currently working on rare genetic diseases. These diseases, unfortunately, basically impact young children and all the way through their adulthood. So the ability to find better treatment for these people will make a huge difference. And this is something that we are very passionately working on, using RNA therapeutics for treating these patients so that this kind of treatment will be less expensive and much more accessible.
Project Dignity, under its umbrella, got Dignity Kitchen, which is to help people with disability, Dignity Mama. My next project is Dignity Kitchenette for people who are cancer recovery, mental illness, and most of all, dementia. Giving them back their self-respect and dignity by creating jobs for them, running a small food center.
So one of the highlights of my career in the arts so far has been being able to stage Psycho Bitch with Wild Rice. It's a one-woman show about toxic relationships and gender power dynamics. And what was so special to me is that I got to work with one of my best friends from age 13, the supremely talented theatre maker Sindhura Kalidas. And it was just wonderful to be able to be in a rehearsal room with an old friend and to just make the magic out of all of the grief that has happened to us in our lives. And not only did we have a sold-out run in Singapore, but we got to take the show to Edinburgh, and it was just fantastic to be able to represent Singapore on that stage.
It's basically a search for happiness. And for us, we spend so much time on doing our work. We always want to be able to make a difference with our work. And our ability to have resources to pursue that and work with talented people is really critical. And I'm very grateful to be able to do that at MIT, in A-Star, and now in Riyadh.
Xanadu carries the idea of paradise. And to me, it's an invitation to think about what paradise means for each one of us. I see paradise as a more just and gentle world where everyone is treated with compassion.
Xanadu to me is utopia, where people of differently able can live together in peace and harmony, and people of self-respect and dignity. That is Xanadu.